I'm very glad to be associated with your journey through Advent at St Barnabas, Dulwich. Advent is such a wonderful season, and I'm very glad to have been invited to bless the community crib in Dulwich village on Advent Sunday. The lockdowns this year have required a lot of patience as we have waited them out. For some, often the most vulnerable members of society, waiting is a daily experience. For others, perhaps, rather to their surprise, it is something new. For the Church, however, waiting is an important part of our spiritual life, a process that has long been part of our spiritual maturing. Israel, God's chosen people, waited with longing for the coming Messiah, who the Church proclaims as Jesus Christ. For her part, the Church waits for the return of her Lord. Advent, then, is the season that holds these two longings together: the longing for the coming Messiah, the longing for his return. It holds together the now in which we know God has acted, and the still to come, where we know God will gather all things together in completion. We sometimes use the language of light and dark to express this, as if we are waiting in the dark, expecting the light to come. There are many good reasons for this. I am the light of the world, said Jesus. Arise, shine, for your light has come, says Isaiah. The heavenly city described in Revelation has no need of sun or moon to shine on it, for the glory of God is its light. But it can be used to suggest that light is good and dark is bad, and this all too easily can be heard as white is good and black is dark. In a year when Black Lives Matter has shone a light on some truly dark places, some terrible injustices, perhaps we need to think about rebalancing some of this imagery. In the Old Testament, we are told that Moses drew near to the thick darkness where God was. Exodus. God is described as having thick darkness under his feet in the Psalms, Psalm 18. And in Solomon's prayer at the dedication of the temple, second book of Chronicles, Isaiah talks of God giving his people the treasures of darkness. And the writer to the Hebrews, very much in this tradition, talks of God as a blazing fire and darkness and gloom and a tempest. There is then another tradition of imagery in the Bible on which it would be wise to reflect this Advent. We might well find that God reveals more in the waiting and the darkness if we stay with the journey of the now and the still to come, than we might ever dream or hope for.